So we got the inflation data from September today and the unemployment claims number from last week. And guys, both of these numbers were worse than expected. And the stock market is selling off. Not too crazy, but it is slightly in the red across the four major indexes in the U.S. So guys, of course, we're going to break down the data, my thoughts, and the overall reaction here in the stock market. And maybe later in the video, we'll break down some stocks if we have time. So guys, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and join the email list. It's free if you want me to send you my top 3 stocks every single Monday right to your email. No spam, no BS, just straight up value. Check out the link in the description box down below. And with that being said, cheers. Let's get right into the video. So it's currently about 10:30 a.m. on the East Coast, and all the indexes in the U.S., like I said, are down. The S&P's down 0.25%. The Nasdaq's down about 0.4%. Russell's down 0.8%. And the Dow's down not too much, a little bit less than 0.25%, as the VIX is up 0.4%. And guys, the metals are moving. Gold's up 0.6%. And we have silver up 1.3%. So metals are moving up, safe haven assets. VIX is moving up a little bit. And the indexes here are slipping, not too crazy, as again, inflation came in hotter than expected. And the unemployment claims came in worse than expected. Let me actually pull this up so we can break down these numbers and the different categories, the whole 9 yards here, guys. So core CPI, which at this point you guys know excludes food and energy, this came in at 0.3%. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see 0.3%. The forecast was for 0.2% on the monthly number, and last month it was 0.3%. So pretty much the same. I mean, it is the same as what it was last month, but a little bit hotter than the expectations there. And the CPI number, including food and energy, 0.2%, right? It was expected at 0.1%. And last month, it was 0.2%. So unchanged month over month, but worse than the expectation. And here, the yearly number, the annualized CPI number, the headline number, in other words, came in at 2.4%. And I think the estimate, was 2.3%. And last month, it was 2.5%. So month over month, on the annualized number, it came down, which is good, but again, it was hotter than expected, which is not good, right? Not good at all in the short term here, and it's not like a devastating miss or anything like that. It's not like inflation came in at 3% and the estimate was 2.3%. I mean, we only came in a tad hotter than expected, but every point counts, guys. Every point counts, and the stock market is obviously very sensitive to this stuff. And we're selling off a little bit. And we also got the unemployment claims, which we get every Thursday in the morning for that previous week. And this shows the number of individuals who filed for unemployment insurance for the first time during the past week. So that came in a lot hotter than expected, or worse than expected. 258,000 people filed for first-time unemployment insurance last week, and the forecast was 231,000, so about 30,000 more than expected. And it looks like here last week it was at 225,000. So about 33,000 more from what we saw excuse me, guys, last week. So that's not good. More and more people are filing for unemployment claim insurance, or unemployment insurance, right? Not the best look there for the overall economy, right? And the jobs market. And this right here will show us the different categories, and this will show you here. This particular chart shows you the 1 month percent change in CPI for all urban consumers, seasonally adjusted from September 23 to September 2024, and we are going obviously in the right direction. It's coming down. But yeah, July, August, September were all 0.2% for all those months. And in June, we had a negative month, negative 0.1%, the first time we saw that in a while. And in May, we had a flat month at 0. You guys can see right here, and this shows you pretty much the same thing. But you also have the all items less food and energy, and it's a line graph, both going in the right direction. We want that to go down, obviously. And these are the different categories, right? You're probably thinking, what goes into the CPI? Well, these categories right here. We have food, we have energy, we have energy services, vehicles, right? New, used, cars, trucks, whatever. Medical care services, transportation services. So I'm not going to go deep into all of these, but the notable ones that saw an increase or a decrease, but in this case, a lot of them saw increases. We can see food in general. That entire category went from 0.1% in August to 0.4% in September. So food came up across the board. That includes food at home and food away from home. Food away from home went from 0 in August to 0.4% in September, and food at home went from 0.1 in August to 0.4 in September. And energy did see a bit of a dump off there. It was negative 0.8% in August, negative 1.9 in September. So energy went down. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but gas prices are pretty low. I mean, here where I'm at, they're like $2.70 right now, which is pretty low considering where they have been over the last couple of years. So it looks like here fuel oil, look at that. It was negative 1.9% in August, and now in September, negative 6%. Big dump off there in fuel oil. And let's come down here to the vehicles, as me and my wife, or my wife and I, got to use the right grammar there, guys. We're in the market right now. We're looking to get not necessarily a new vehicle, but a vehicle in general. I'm a big fan of buying used cars, used trucks. Well, I'm not a big truck guy, but you get where I'm coming from. And by the way, I have a second channel called Stas Talks Money. I'll link it down below. Check it out. We're doing personal finance reaction videos on there, completely different from what we do on this channel, and we're actually gaining some traction on the most recent video. It's actually about cars, funny enough. So go check it out. I'll leave that link down below. But yeah, new vehicles, 0% in August, 0.2% September. Okay, so a bit of a spike there. And used cars and trucks, negative 1% in August, 0.3% in September. So a bit of a spike in new vehicles and used cars and trucks. Let's see, apparel came up a little bit, 0.3 to 1.1%. Okay, not a big deal there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of the movement came in food and energy, fuel oil in particular. That saw a big dump off month over month. So yeah, that's a quick breakdown on these different categories, guys. We could go a lot more in depth and break down this entire PDF document, but well, let's be honest, that's a bit boring, and we don't want this video to go on way too long. But that's the gist of it here. Inflation came in hotter than expected. Unemployment claims came in more than expected, which is not good news. And the stock market's taking a bit of a beating right now, down a little bit across the board. And we do have some stocks moving, CELH, Celsius, is moving, which I actually had a Celsius the other day for the first time in ages. And I'm not a big, energy drink guy anymore. I cut those out years ago. I'm only coffee now, guys. Cheers, by the way. Look at that coffee right there. It's pretty good. Natural, right? We're going the natural route. But I had a Celsius the other day, and I was at my desk like freaking trembling, like I was on something else. We're not going to get into that. I felt like I was on some drugs that I've never done before. I don't know what the heck's going on with these energy drinks, but man, if you don't drink them for a while, right, it feels like you're just cracked out. It's I don't know how to explain it. You guys probably know what I mean, but Celsius is up 12% right now on the day. Finally making a move off the lows, but still very much in a downtrend. We'll monitor Celsius here moving forward. But CrowdStrike, guys, Oh, yeah. Are you seeing this? Did we not call this breakout out? In my email that I sent out, which again is free, link down below. In these videos, we called it out. Celsius, or not Celsius, Jesus. CrowdStrike is breaking out. We're up 4.5%. We're taking out this $290 to $300 resistance, which has been resistance for months, right? And that was support all throughout the first half of the year. Now we're getting out of there. Cup and handle we called out is playing out, and we're pretty much off to the races now towards the mid 300s. We're not fully there, obviously, yet. We're at $312 per share, but man, this is a huge technical break on the stock, and I'm in it. I'm long. I'm up like 30% on my position now. I was buying it at 235. I think some in the 240s. Maybe 250s as well. I forget, but I'm up 30%. It's looking really good, and man, it's breaking out. More upside could be around the corner. So we're gonna make more videos today, guys, about the stock market, stocks I'm looking at, plus more. And again, check out the second channel, Stas Talks Money, linked in the description box down below. And guys, if you want to join the Patreon, where I'm actually building out my private Patreon portfolio, you see all the moves, all the buys, sales, full transparency there. Check out the Patreon, link down below. It's not much per month, and there's a ton of value. There's a Discord. You get more access to me throughout the day. And, of course, you get my charts and ideas throughout the week. I post them on there. So check it out. Link down below. I'll see you guys in the Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next video.